Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. Keeping it legal, would you think a real job is any way to make money, or a desk job that works 9 to 5 hours? This one's from user ThrowArray5464. My girlfriend, 32 female, told me, 27 male, to get a real job or else she is going to break up with me. For the last 3 days, I have been thinking about the conversation I had with my girlfriend, and I don't know what to do. I cannot tell this to my friends or my family because they are not really fond of my girlfriend and I already know what they're going to say and I need objectivity. I should begin with giving a little bit of background information on what I do and about myself. After my freshman year of high school, I was sent to live with my grandfather's brother, who had recently been diagnosed with stage 5 chronic kidney disease. My uncles were living abroad, my parents were working, and my grandmother was taking care of my grandfather, who was constantly sick and was too emotional to look after my granduncle. And I took the responsibility because he was family and we take care of each other in my family. My granduncle lost his wife and son in a car accident in the 90s and had been alone ever since, although he used to come to family gatherings. He worked as a crane operator in the Far East and invested nearly all his money in our home country and had a small fortune by the time he died. I stayed in the city he lived in, where he and his family used to live, and he refused to move to our city despite our pleas. During the rest of my high school years and studied college there. I grew up so much there and I learned so much from him, and he used to describe me to people by saying, "He's like my son." After college, he urged me to go back to the city my parents lived and start my life there because there were more opportunities there and that he could find a nurse for himself. I was 22 at the time. I moved back into the city and into my own place. It's around this time my girlfriend's mandatory service in the East as a doctor, neonatologist, had ended and she returned back to the city. We were first introduced in a housewarming party of a mutual friend, and then we ran into each other in a coffee shop, and we have been inseparable ever since. I started working as a translator for a TV network, as a freelancer writer for foreign news outlets, and I would also give private lessons to elementary school students. One of my uncles is child-free and is against relationships, and he would send me money every month. All in all, I was in a very comfortable place financially. About 1.5 years into our relationship, my granduncle died and I inherited nearly all his wealth, including all his assets and most of his money, except for a small amount he left for the nurse that took care of him after I had left. Later, I learned that my uncles and my father advised him to do so because they all trusted me to keep the family comfortable and use the money smartly. And my uncle even told me that I deserved it for being there for him when he needed someone. I invested the money smartly and rented most of the houses. I also kept my job as a translator and a free agent writer, but I stopped working as a private teacher. A friend of mine wanted to move his textile business to a bigger place and offered me to be his partner, which I accepted in a heartbeat because it was a great opportunity. I have been traveling and talking to our clients and making the deals, and that's basically all I do. So I have been working at most 2 to 3 hours a day for the last 2 years, and I have been focusing on improving myself intellectually and physically, and I spend more time with my family and friends. All in all, I make more than 3 times that of my girlfriend. I thought she was happy with my life choices, and I thought she had my back. But it turns out she really despises my work life and wants me to get a desk job somewhere other than my firm because that would not be fair. She says I need to be a responsible adult and show our future kids a proper work ethic, and she says I have been immature and a man-child. I tried to reason to her that I was spending more time on myself and I get to do things that I couldn't in the past regarding reading, studying different topics, languages, and working out. I take online French and German lessons. I work out and I study different topics that interest me. I sometimes write on Medium and Quora, just for the fun of it. I do the cooking, groceries, and the cleaning in our house. I am also busy doing that. Apart from all of this, I frequently visit my family and my friends. I don't really have a luxurious lifestyle though. My house is pretty small and I don't even own a car. I use public transportation. My business partner drives me to the airport when I am traveling to meet clients. I had an accident in the past, so I had to stop working out, but now that I have the time, I want to do that. When I told her this, she told me that muscles don't make me a man and told me to either man up and find a real job or she is leaving me. I really don't want to find a 9-to-5 desk job. I didn't want to do that even before I got my inheritance. That's why I was working from home as a translator and writer. I don't want to break up with her because I love this woman so much and I look up to her and admire her. I cannot talk about this with any of my family members as they all still hold a grudge against her for a thing that happened 3 years ago. And my friends are, I sense, not fond of her either. They don't know what she means to me. I don't know what to do anymore. How do I navigate through this? I tried talking to her again, but she straight up told me to give her an answer and she has been giving me the silent treatment. Please help. Well, OP, here's the thing. I think your girlfriend is absolutely wrong about her views on how to work. But before I give my opinion and commentary, let's take a look at the top 3 comments from the community to see what they said. Christisher says, "You are asking for advice on the completely unreasonable ultimatum you were given by the person who none of your friends and family likes. Come on! It really sounds like this is an easy one. It will be sad to lose her, at least until your blinders come off and you realize that you have escaped someone who is, at the very least, not right for you." We Are the Baddies says, "You have rental properties and are a partner in a textile business that does translations on the side. What exactly does she want you to do? Sit in a cubicle all day getting yelled at by a crappy boss? You have a job, you are managing rental property, and are part owner of a textile business. Dump her and find a woman that appreciates you for you. It sounds like your friends and family don't like her for a reason." Electric Hyena says, "Your girlfriend sucks. Your life sounds good. You had good fortune and you made smart choices. It's not like the only thing you are doing with your day is sitting on the couch. She's just jealous she has to work and you don't. Do you really want to be with a person that toxically jealous? Do you want her raising your kids? Move on. Live your best life." Edit. Ultimatums and the silent treatment are emotional abuse. Also, I guarantee they are right not to like her for a thing that happened 3 years ago. OP, I agree with all of the commenters and probably your family and friends too. By the age of 27, you've accomplished what some people take a lifetime to do, and some people don't even get to do it. To me, it sounds like a power play from your girlfriend. She's trying to diminish your accomplishments or something to feel more powerful. That is not good. She should be celebrating your success and encouraging you and, being happy for you that you get to live the life you have. Instead, she's trying to force you out of it? That sounds very strange to me. Considering you're making 3 times as much as her, she should be happy for you. From what I read from you, you sound like a very smart individual. The way I see it, in today's world, as long as you keep it legal, you can do whatever you want to pay your bills, which you do and have a lot more than that. Also, like the last commenter said on his edit, the silent treatment and ultimatums are emotional abuse and you should not let her do that to you. She seems to have put you in a position that it's her way or the highway. I know that Reddit is kinda known for telling people that they should break up for every single problem, but in this case, it sounds like that's what you should do. What do you guys think OP should do at this point? Sit down with his girlfriend and try to talk it out once more, maybe she comes around? Or just tell her, I don't do ultimatums, this is where I get off. Well, while you think about that, let's move on with the update to see what OP did. I want to start by thanking everyone who commented on my post and those of you who texted me. I read each and every single reply and comment, and you guys really helped me navigate my way through this. I first tried looking at things from her perspective and how my inheritance and fortunates may have affected her. I don't really have a luxurious life. I live in a small apartment and don't even have a car. I use public transportation. But I realize that I am more lucky to be in this position. And since she has never seen my work, as I made sure to focus on her when we are together, I decided to ask her to come with me to my next business trip so that she may see me working. If not, then I, at the very least, wanted her to take a day off and just observe me. The overwhelming majority of the comments were telling me to break up with her. I didn't want to break up, but I tried to prepare myself for it. In short, I was hoping for the best, I was prepared for the worst. She came to our apartment this afternoon as she was staying over at her sister's house, and we sat down and started talking immediately. I said everything I mentioned above and proposed her that we can also go to counseling. She told me that her going with me to a business trip would only strengthen her previous opinion and that she didn't think it was a good idea, and she said she was too tired for counseling. I told her that I wasn't going to throw away my life over an issue we could fix if we just tried to solve it. Then she told me that she was too tired to be with me and she was unhappy in our relationship, and that I was too unpredictable, and that she told me that if I ever decided to pursue another girl somewhere else, she wouldn't know it until I leave her for the new girl. All of these things were extremely hard to hear for me. She then asked me one more time to settle down and find a new job, and then we can take our relationship further. I told her I didn't want this and that I thought it would be best if we went our separate ways. This is not my first heartbreak, and I don't think it will be my last, so I think I'm gonna manage the breakup just fine. But there is this feeling inside me that I can't seem to shake off. Like, I know I am alright, but I just feel numb. My heart still pounds fast with what happened, but I am not panicking or anything like that. She will return tomorrow to get her things to her sister's house, and I will go no contact after that. Thank you guys again for giving me your thoughts and opinions. Well, OP, I was not wrong about you. You are a very smart individual, and the way you handled this, you handled it better than a lot of people would have. You definitely handled it better than your ex-girlfriend. You asked her to come with you so that she could see for herself what your work entails. And I have to say, her response was the most obtuse response I've ever heard to this kind of invitation. That going on a business trip with you would just prove her right and that she is too tired for counseling? She wasn't leaving you an out. So she was basically either forcing you to break up with her or forcing you to leave whatever you were doing and do what she wanted you to do. So it's a good thing you ended that relationship. So now you just need to focus on yourself and keep improving yourself. Eventually, I'm sure you're gonna meet someone that is not just gonna love you for you, but it's going to admire you and encourage you every single day of the rest of your life. At least, that's what I hope for you, OP. As for the rest of us, there is some time left, so I'm going to squeeze in a short post about karma. So let's continue with that. This one's from user Elwood1974. Karma slapped my ex right in the face. Background: married 16 years, together 20. Have 3 children together. Found out about her affair after hacking her phone and seeing messages. She had an affair with a co-worker, broke it off, and tried to fix our marriage. No go. Divorced filed October 2018, she moved out November 2018 and started seeing her affair partner instantly. Divorce final December 2019. She was still with her affair partner. Till last week. My ex calls me crying and asking if I can take the kids again overnight. I ask what's wrong and if she's alright. She replies that karma slapped me right in the face. She goes on to explain that she felt something was off, so she decided to go through her affair partner's phone while he was in the shower. Found a huge string of messages on Facebook and sexting, pictures, nasty talk, etc. The same way I found about her affair. My ex is 39, he is 52, and his new affair partner is married and only 28. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanted to rejoice to the heavens that it finally happened to her! I told her from day one that the guy is a predator. However, after hearing her out, I understood that she was deeply in love with this guy and the other half of me felt sorry for her. Ironically, she apologized to me more that day than she ever had about her cheating on me, saying things like, "I'm so sorry I put you through this," and "I never realized how much this hurt you." I took those with a grain of salt because I have moved on and found someone, and we have been happily dating for the last 6 months. The point of this post is to let everyone know that even going through the roughest divorce scenario, things will work out for you, and sometimes karma will step in and give you a small piece of retribution. Aw man, I love karma, especially when cheaters get cheated on, which I would think happens a lot. I don't know if it's because I'm a petty person regarding this type of thing, but when this happens, I do like it. And I don't feel ashamed to say it. This is absolute Schadenfreude. It's fantastic. I guess it's because I'm only human. What about you guys? Do you feel sorry at all for the ex-wife? Or are you kind of happy this happened to her? Anyways, while you think about it, let's take a look at a few community comments to see how they feel about OP's situation. Tercer78 says, "Be the stability and rock for your kids. They need at least one normalized parent." This will likely begin a dating spiral for her since she's attracted to unhealthy relationships. Also, don't let her in emotionally either. She may try to woo you back. You can tell she's broken emotionally and never be alone in her love, so the grasping at straws begins now. OP responds, "Agreed. I told her flat out that the ship between us has sailed. She can now wallow in her own misery that she created." The Looker 99 says, "OP, don't get involved at all with her situation, unless it affects the children. Let her live her life. Remember, we should always be moving forward, never backwards." OP responds, "Absolutely. I am in no way getting involved in her situation. She created it and now she can live it by herself." Tercer78 once again chips in saying, "This means no emotional support either. Shut it down when she wants to talk about what happened. You had to cry to others over the pain. Remind her she must do the same and you will only discuss co-parenting now. Grey rock her hard if you must." CTSV Error says, "Did the bad boy she cheated on you with turned into a bad boy? No one saw that coming. But I agree with the one poster. Don't get involved in her drama unless it affects the kids. Next time she calls and tries to cry on your shoulder, just tell her you have to go. Trust me, your new girlfriend won't want you talking to her, and doing so will only mess with your new relationship." Again, at this point, I absolutely agree with all of them. You should not be her emotional handkerchief or her shoulder to cry on. She doesn't get to use you for that. You should only talk to her about topics involving your children, and that is the extent of it. But it sounds like you've got that very clear. So all that is left for me to say is, happy karmic holidays! And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.